Today we're going to learn about using rounding to estimate. As a reminder, when the unit are 5 or higher, high five and round up. If it's 4 or lower, we're going to round down. Why do we use rounding to estimate? First off, if the numbers are close to a multiple of the greatest place, it will give you a more accurate estimate that's going to be closer to the true answer. How do we use rounding to estimate? Step 1, round each number to the greatest place. Step 2, add the newly rounded numbers. On the next few slides, we'll be going through an example. Here's our first example. On Sunday, 463 people were on the lake. On Monday, 226 people were at the lake. And 312 were there on Tuesday. Estimate how many people in all were at the lake. So the first step, as it says, is we are going to round each number to the greatest place. So we pull each number out of the question. And as you can see, we have 463, 226, and 312. Now I've just copied them down to here. And now we're going to take that and round it to the greatest place, and the greatest place is the hundreds place in all of them. So if we take a look at 463, the 6 is higher than 5, so the 4 becomes a 5, and 463 becomes 500. If we look at 226, we're going to look at the 2 and the 10s place to decide whether we're going to round up or down. And as you know, 2 is less than 4, so we're going to round down, so we keep the 2 the same and add 2 zeros for 200. Last but not least, we look at the 312, and we're going to look at the 1 in the 10s place. Once again, less than 5, so we know we have to round down. So 312 rounded down rounds to 300. Now, the second step is to add all those newly rounded numbers. So we add 500 plus 300 plus 200. So we add 5 plus 3 plus 2. We get 10. And then we add 2 zeros. So the answer is about 1,000 people were on the lake. Now, what I would like you to do is I'd like you to answer the following problems using rounding to estimate on your whiteboard. When you are finished, I would like you to resume this presentation. So when you are ready to start your problem solving, I need you to pause this program and work on your answers. The next page will go over a solutions page. Hopefully you remembered to pause, and now you're back to check your work. So we're going to go ahead and look at the problems. So in the first one, and you had to use rounding to estimate, you had 379 cookies, which rounded to 400. 512 rounded to 500, and 121 cookies rounded to 100. So that was the first step. We round to the greatest place. Then we take the 400, the 500, and the 100, and we add those together, and you get 1,000. So the final answer your final estimate should look something like this. Mrs. Cook baked about 1,000 cookies. On to problem 2. 18 rounds to 20, 21 rounds to 20, and 28 rounds to 30. So then we take those 3 new numbers and we add them. 20 plus 20 plus 30 equals 70. She spent about 70 minutes away from home. If you notice in all of these numbers, they are all close to a multiple of the greatest place. So 18 was close to 20, 21 was close to 20, and 28 was close to 30. So that's why we picked rounding to solve these to estimate these answers.